Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Immediately, William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua were sworn in. Their close associates have been saying they inherited an empty treasury. And they have been saying that Ruto only got 93 million Kenya shillings in the treasury. That's what they have been telling Kenyans. As I talk right now, William Ruto's administration has already paid 3.5 billion Kenya shillings to import fertilizer from Morocco. Where have they gotten the 3.5 billion Kenya shillings? As I talk, William Ruto and some of his close associates, the likes of Ndindi Nyoro, are on a foreign trip in the United States of America and in Britain. A trip that is also costing millions of taxpayers' money. Where is the money coming from? It's clear William Ruto and his team are lying to Kenyans. In this video, I want us to dig deep into the whole story, especially on the issue of fertilizer, because from the look of things, this 3.5 billion Kenya shillings fertilizer import might be a very big scandal. A very big scandal. In this video, I want us to dissect the issue to see exactly what is happening behind the scenes and why I believe Kenyans might be staring at the first scandal in a William Ruto's administration. Morocco fertilizer scandal. In case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. In 2018, top KEBS officials were arrested, accused of colluding with a Moroccan company to import substandard fertilizer into the country. In that the KEBS officials were compromised to allow the substandard fertilizer into the country. Have a look at this.
On 22nd June 2018, Kenya Bureau of Standards Managing Director Charles Ongwae and 9 other senior officials were arrested and taken for questioning at the DCI over the importation of substandard fertilizers and circulation of fake import standardization marks. Of the 9, 3 are directors of Moroccan-owned firm OCP Kenya, which is a market leader of phosphates, with investigations revealing that KEBS officials had colluded with the 3 to allow substandard fertilizers that had been rejected.
Yes, that was in 2018. And the net effect of the substandard fertilizer in 2018 was that it not only destroyed the crops, but also destroyed the farms. And the government had to import maize from Mexico. Yes. Those were just some of the effects of the substandard fertilizer. About 2 days ago, Rigathi Gachagua was at an interview, and he was hard pressed to explain to Kenyans how the government is going to make sure they don't import or repeat the same thing that happened in 2018 when substandard fertilizer was imported in the country. And Rigathi Gachagua shocked very many Kenyans when he said that what Kenyan farmers want are cheap fertilizers. Yes, cheap fertilizer. Listen to a bit of the interview. Yes, listen to a bit of the interview.
It's neither here nor there. What is important is that we get fertilizer.
Important the source is,
what is important is that we get fertilizer at an affordable price. That is what the farmer wants to know. I don't think the farmer is really interested in international politics and trade politics around the world.
Why it's important, sir, if I may,
with
due respect. In 2017, if you remember, the Director of Public Prosecution took to court and brought charges of attempted murder against officers of KEBS, including the MD at the time. And this was over fertilizer, about 5.8 million kilograms coming from Morocco. Another time, it had been tested, failed the test. Second test was done, failed the test in terms of standard, being up to standard, but was still released to that farmer you're talking about. So it's not in vain to ask, it's because then the farmer will say, okay, if we are doing all of these things, then it's due diligence, because you're seeing even the kind of charges at the time that came up. So source is important, because then there's all of these processes, checks and balances for the same farmer to protect them. Because at the point that failed all of these standards, and hence the conversation, and whether are we going to jump onto something, but are we ensuring all of the checks have checked out in essence?
Oh.
Yes. There are some observations I can make from William Ruto swearing in to the fertilizer import and now to their usual talks that the government is broke. Some quick observations here. The first observation, William Ruto and his team are lying to Kenyans. There is money in the treasury. It's most likely they are on a mission to squander that money, and then they blame Uhuru Kenyatta's regime. That's one thing coming out very clearly. And then secondly, William Ruto and his team are looking for excuses where to pass the blame for why they're not delivering. And their excuse in this case, there is no money. Treasury is empty. The country is broke. That's just an excuse. And on the issue of fertilizer, it's clear Kenyans might be staring at a possible first corruption scandal in a William Ruto's administration. And I'm saying this with a lot of confidence, and it's only time that will tell. The whole issue of the fertilizer will eventually turn out to be a scandal. I'm seeing a very high possibility where substandard fertilizer has already landed in the country. Substandard fertilizer. And that fertilizer is not going to address the real issues farmers are facing. In fact, the fertilizer is going to make things even bad for the farmer. And I'm saying that because if you look at our Kenyan politicians, they don't care about the poor man, about the common man. What they care, or rather what they care about, is their own personal interest. I'm very sure that fertilizer has been imported by most likely William Ruto's close associates. That is very clear. There is no doubt about that. So it's very clear that these close associates, they want to actually get money back. Maybe the amount they used during the campaigns, they are trying to get that money back. But eventually, this fertilizer deal will end up as a mega scandal. Maybe the first scandal in William Ruto's administration. And also, even before I conclude, it comes out clearly to me. It comes out very clearly to me that William Ruto and his team are not taking Kenyans seriously. They are assuming that Kenyans are all that stupid. William Ruto and his team, they are celebrating in the United States of America and in Britain. And I've been sent some photos there. Here you can see those photos there. Those are people who accompanied William Ruto in Britain and in the United States of America. They are just loitering the streets. They are doing nothing at all there, just roaming and loitering the streets. So I'm seeing a very high possibility where taxpayers' money is being squandered in the foreign lands at the expense of ordinary and poor, starving and suffering Kenyans. cost of living is really skyrocketing, but we are seeing elected leaders, instead of fighting for the common good of Mwananchi, they are busy loitering in some foreign countries. I believe this is too much, and Kenyans should now not take these leaders seriously. Kenyans should demand for proper services. What Kenyans are receiving as I talk, this is just conmanship. This is not what Kenyans voted for. This is not what Kenyans elected. This is pure conmanship. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, looking at William Ruto's government, and this is something I've been saying in my videos, it's clear this is a government that is not going to deliver. That comes out very clearly. The same William Ruto of 2013-2017 is the same William Ruto in 2022, making promises that they don't deliver. I'm seeing a very high possibility where almost 99% of the promises William Ruto made to Kenyans, they are not going to deliver. And what we are going to see in this administration are past excuses and looking for people, scapegoats, people to blame. They are now blaming Uhuru Kenyatta that they inherited an empty treasury. While it's clear, treasury is not empty. 3.5 billion Kenya shillings has already been paid to Morocco. Where has that money come from? Where is the money they are using to loiter in the foreign countries coming from? While they told us that they only got 93 million shillings in the treasury. This is a big joke. Kenyans are being lied to. The country is actually heading into the wrong direction. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop it there. In case you have not subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person who wants to have a chat with me or to share information with me or even to support this channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or you can channel any support or contribution to the number. Those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. Let's meet in our next analysis.